Alright, so, since the last video, I have played a good number of bot matches. I bought all of the free decks that were available on Steam, and all of the starter decks, because they're relatively cheap in the in-game store. And then I looked through them, I decided Stoichea, I assume that's how you say it, it looked like the most me sort of faction. Specifically, there's these like really good dragons in it. I have to show you all in case you're not Vanguard players. Where the hell are the good dragons? So Groovy Dragon is incredibly good, and Clapping Dragon is even better. So there's such good dragons in here. So that's why I decided to play, and so I bought a bunch of the Stoichea specific packs and cobbled everything I could together, and this is what I've got. And so we're trying to be aggressive. I've kind of realized that the game always seems to end within like one turn of someone getting to their grade 3 Vanguard. And so I just built as aggressive of a deck as I think I had available to me with the pieces available, and I'm doing okay. So for this, we're just going to go into, I don't know, can you even see this? I don't know, I'm not going to do a card by card, but you'll see how it functions, quote unquote, as we do games. And so we're just going to jump into a couple of like actual games against people, hoping that the game, because it's on sale, a bunch of new people. I don't know. So I'm hoping that the game has like an ELO system or like a ranking system of some kind that should place us up against relatively equal opponents. And because the game is on sale, the first big sale it's ever gone on, hopefully a bunch of like new people bought it to play it, so we're playing against people of roughly my skill level. That's the hope here. I guess we'll do ranked, just because that's the most likely to put me against someone of my skill level, like literally 0 rank matches. So okay, that went quick. They have 2 wins. That's scary, I suppose, but we'll go ahead and give it a shot. And so yeah, I think all this video is going to be is just a couple of ranked games to see if I know what the heck I am doing yet. I don't need you yet. Oh, there's a timer here. Okay, that's not great. So we have 60 seconds per turn, I guess? They have 135, I've got 60. What are you doing? So, it does seem like this game... Okay, so that looks like a pretty aggressive guy as well. If I'm being honest, it seems like I don't need to know what the opponent does to really do my own thing over here. So, I may not read like all of their cards, but it does look like they're relatively aggressive, just from reading the first couple things that they've played. We don't have a 1, and we can't do this guy because we haven't taken a hit yet. That's okay. This game seems like the first couple of turns are more or less a formality, and that the game just kind of ends turn 3 regardless of anything else. So far, from what I've seen playing against bots, so I don't know that it really matters. Because we can play more than 1 card a turn, so we can just sit on everything in our hand until we go for 1 big lethal push. That seems to be like what you do, is you just amass resources and then go for the kill on the turn. Either your Vanguard hits grade 3 or the turn after, because you can either persona it, which personing is just like a massive boost for basically everyone, or if you're playing a deck that has a grade 4 like I am, you can do the grade 4 rank up for your Vanguard, and those have like ridiculously massive effects. We're not going to bother guarding here. We actually want some damage taken so that we can counterblast. We need to counterblast to actually use this order, which seems like really good from what I've seen. Wild Intelligence, that just helps us close the game automatically. And so yeah, the strategy here for the most part, I don't know that I need 2 wild intelligences. I guess I can pitch 1. That's fine. And then we can resolve this, look at the top card. If it's low grade, so okay, that's a really good one. Then we can summon it. And we'll put her up here. Yeah. So she's like a finisher. She gets bigger for everyone that has already attacked in the same turn. I can do this. Do I have anybody in my drop zone? I don't really want to use that here. I want to keep you for later. I'm gonna call you to back here, I guess. And then we'll just go to battle. So, swing here. And you see, like, there's no big swingy things happening right now. It's just kind of chipping away, gathering resources. Next turn, everything goes to a head, and as long as we survive, then we get the chance to crack back and do, like, a huge aggressive play. Oh, right, that can't power up. I'm still bad at this, but that's okay. We want that in the back row eventually anyways. We'll Soul Blast here. We didn't need to Soul Blast there. I'm playing worse now because I'm on mic, and it's hard to do both at once, guys. It's quite hard to do both at once. I know everyone's said that, but you don't realize until you're doing it yourself, right? Okay, they actually guard there. They probably see that we're just, like, trying to kill them as quickly as possible. So next turn we get to our 3, and we're gonna go pretty all out. We can use Wild Intelligence there. What's he gonna do? Because it's gonna matter this turn. Start of your ride phase, you are in Final Rush. Okay, and if this attacks, and you are in Final Rush, you can Soul Blast 5 and untap all of your front row rear guards. So he can attack with his front row guys again if he has 5 to Soul Blast. That he doesn't, which means that he's probably just going to be slower than us, because I have built this deck to try and pull off 6 attacks in a row on our turn 4, I guess. No, it'll be our turn 3, on the turn where we hit our grade 3 Vanguard. Or actually, no, it's normally the turn after, because we have to get to either that guy, our grade 4, or we have to have an extra copy of our grade 3 to make it work. But the second we get there, we swing 6 times and the opponent just, like, falls over most of the time. That's kind of what we're built to do. This is all fine. We don't mind having extra counterblast energy. He's kind of just chipping away at us. He doesn't have a whole ton of cards in hand. That seems like one of the things that matters more than anything else. Oh, he gets to destroy one of our guys. That sucks, but that's fine. We'll live. Okay, now we get Magnolia. And Magnolia is going to do work here. So now we set up our actual board, which is kind of weird to think about. There's no material cost to play things, so you can just hold on to everything and then set up a full end board. Same turn and swing. We're gonna put this in the front, I guess, because most of our attackers we want in the back row. Actually, I'm gonna move him to the back. You can apparently move your cards back and forth, which is neat. So I'm gonna move him to the back row for this turn, and then next turn we can swing again. So we're not gonna kill him this turn one way or the other. So we're going to go Wild Intelligence. We'll flip this guy face down. Doesn't really matter. I haven't seen a way to make it matter. Oh, God. And we milled a Magnolia. So we get to Reborn 2 here. And we've got some really solid choices. So we've got this Elephant and this Magnolia, I guess, are what we're going to grab. And we can put the Elephant back here, because that will make him see the most cards, and Magnolia over here. So this is gonna hurt a lot on his end. What's this guy? That's not relevant here. you're also not super relevant, so we're just gonna call this guy over here. And so now we're gonna go to main phase, or battle phase. This turn we get 3 attacks. So I'm gonna swing with our Magnolia first. That gets us our drive checks and we can distribute things. He might guard against this just in case. Okay, he doesn't. Worry about it. That to hand is pretty solid. That means that we have a Persona ride for next turn ready and set, which just lets us go utterly crazy if we don't die on the crackback this turn. Which it doesn't look like we're going to. He had his grade 3 last turn and didn't establish a whole lot, so here's hoping he just, like, doesn't have it, I guess, or maybe his deck's just not tuned super well. Because we're about to do a whole lot to him. We'll swing... Let's swing... No, this is... Yeah, we'll go Magnolia and boost. Okay, no guard. Damage check. Okay, he gets a trigger. I think our elephant still gets big enough. Yeah, our elephant definitely still gets big enough and soul charges us, which is, like, so good. So that's fine. She will also get big enough if this doesn't land on a trigger as well. So we've got 3 units in front of our elephant, so that means we soul charge and he gains 5,000 when attacking from the back row. All good stuff. Gets us more resources, and now he's afraid, which they should be at this point, probably. I don't think we have lethal. Almost certainly, well, yeah, no. We definitely don't have, well, actually, this, how much do you, no, I don't, that's not the unit I want to look at. This gains 2,000 for each tapped unit, or, yeah, that's not gonna matter because we can't buff with the bear. That's fine, so he's at 4 damage. We've got a bunch of stuff in hand we can guard with. Actually, we don't have that good of stuff for guarding, but we at least have a Sentinel. So we should be okay, and then next turn, I get to attack 6 times, and the opponent's just dead. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so he can attack with these guys, then swing with his big guy. He's got the stuff to Soul Blast. So he gets 5 attacks this turn, and they're going to be pretty powerful. We'll let the stronger ones hit, I guess, and just, like, be smart about what we're doing. We shouldn't die here, I don't think. What is this? Oh, God. Number of cards in your soul. Draw a card. Does he have 8? He doesn't have 8, so this is literally just draw a card. That's fine. Wait. I must have read that wrong. Oh, soul charge 4, then... Oh, God. We might be dead, actually, then. Well, doing quick battle math, unless we hit some good triggers, we're definitely dead, unfortunately. If we hit our overcharge here, or over boost, I guess we're fine, but otherwise we're definitely dead. And that's pretty much what this game seems to be. It's very luck-based in that you really need to hit your triggers when you need them. Not called grade +1 when 1+1. So you didn't actually tap for this one, so can I make my guy big enough to survive? Oh, I can't call my grade 1, so I can intercept with just this, and that, okay, that doesn't matter. Yeah, it's literally we hit soul boost or we die. And so that's kind of this game, is like, not only do the triggers determine more than anything else, it looks like, going first is such a massive advantage because he got set up first. If we had gone first, then we would be paradoxed and just wipe him out in a turn, because it basically seems impossible to defend against a paradoxed card. Like, it's just not feasible to do. And that's kind of not my favorite, if we're being completely honest here. Yeah, but we're dead. I mean, defending in case there's a weird mechanic I don't know about on his cards where he, like, can't attack again somehow, but, like, we're dead. And that's Vanguard, basically. He won the roll, he got his stuff set up ahead of time, and then because all that matters is getting your stuff set up ahead of time, and then swinging for 7 million 5 times first. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Confirm. I don't know. Kind of funny that we confirm our critical triggers even if we lose or even when the opponent is swinging, but we'll do one more. Okay, so we get to go first this time, which, unless I'm just like vastly overestimating that, feels like it makes us win on the spot. So we'll see. Oh god. And so like our hand is wackadoo, crazy, weird, not good, but it doesn't matter because we don't play any cards until like the 3rd or 4th turn. I guess I'll play. Well, no, it's turn 1, so I can't attack, so there's no reason to even do that. Okay, so what are you doing? If your opponent has 1 or less rear guards when you would ride someone else, you can ride without discarding a card. Okay, so card advantage, I suppose. As long as, well, but it's only card advantage if I don't play something. No guard on turn 2. When you're... I wish it would just let me read the cards. But it appears to not like that idea. What do? When your Vanguard with Gandiva in its name attacks, if your bind zone... Okay, so this is like a bind order sort of deck, I guess. No guard, even if he hits a trigger, it's not a big deal. Because I've got my 4 already. So, like, having the extra 3 and a 4 doesn't do anything for me. Okay, reveal this. Can summon that, is it? Yeah. All. We'll call you up here, because I can place one of my big guys, this guy, in the back. Yeah. Oh, no, I want to save him. Okay, so that doesn't matter that much. So I'll call you here, and then we'll flip these guys, actually. I'm glad I can do that. That's pretty cool. And we'll swing here. And what do we get? No guard. That's, you know, that makes sense. We get a Sentinel. That's fine. What do we do? Okay, nothing, no trigger on them. So we can, if we want, go after this guy, or we can just go aggressive, and the deck's built to be aggressive, and we went first, so I'm definitely just going to do that and try and kill him ASAP. This doesn't matter because we don't have any big guys in the back row yet. Okay, what's this guy do? Can I read what the guy... Okay, there we go. When this card is rode upon by a unit with Gandiva in its card name, choose one of your vanguards until end. The cost of its act is reduced. So this is just like an acting guy. This guy, the ride without discarding a card, so that's a little bit of card. Well, no, because I had 2 rear guards, so it didn't even function. When this card is placed, all of your opponent's rear guard lose continuous abilities, and they can retire a guy by counter blasting. Okay. So, oh, is this like a control deck? He's trying to get rid of my rear guards? I guess, maybe? That's not a big deal, because again, next turn we can just play out our hand and swing, 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 swing. We'll pump you so that they can't keep going. They can't really do anything against our guys in the back row anyways. So they're not going to get a whole lot done here, even with a full board. Oh, bind zone is not the continuous order zone. Is bind like banish or exile, I guess? No, we won't. Even if you hit. That's fine. Yeah, no. Okay. Then their turn. We can go hog wild now. What am I pitching for cost? Little guy, I guess. Why would we need big defenders if we're, you know, going to try and just kill? So this lets us pay cost to look at the top of our deck and, like, summon it, which is pretty cool. Okay, that's not a good one to call, but oh well. guess. Like, why not? It's just like a name, and then we can get rid of it if we want to anyways. Okay, so we can go kind of hog wild here. So we can call our elephant here, and then we can make that the one to be able to attack this turn. I'll call this guy over here, and then swap these. Like, it's fine. It's a waste of an ability, but it gets us an extra attack this turn. So we're going to swing with our big... What is your name again? Magnolia. We're going to swing with Magnolia first. We get a drive trigger. It's our bigger Magnolia we don't need. We actually only have 2 of those in the deck. I've only drawn 2, or pulled 2. I'm not sure I would play more, because it's a grade 4. We can't do it until the game is over one way or the other anyways. Critical trigger. That's really annoying. Very, very annoying. We can still attack with the elephant here, and that will be big enough for this to work. So we swing with the elephant at their Vanguard, and then use its trigger. We get to soul charge because there are 3 cards in front of said elephant, and then it also just gains 5,000, so it's big enough to hit over here if they want to take the damage. We will see. They choose not to. That's fine. And then we can swing with this guy at their rear guard to force out a card one way or the other. That's like all it's good for, but honestly, people seem inclined to protect their rear guards most of the time. I guess I say people, but I've really only fought bots until these 2 games you've seen, so who knows. Okay, it's their turn. Let's see if they can like kill us in one turn here. They get their 3. Depends. Let's see. When they take out one of our guys, they can bind a card face down. No idea what that matters. During your turn, all of your front rows get bigger for each bound card. If your bound is 5 or more, this guy gets an extra critical. Okay. Once per turn. Okay, can I read the card? Counterblast and choose 5 rear guards with different grades? 5 rear guards with different grades? Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and retire everyone with the same? Okay. Okay, so they just take out our entire board, huh? And that wasn't even a persona trigger. I see. Okay, that's chill. Okay. That's kind of frustrating that they just get to wipe my board for free when they get to grade 3. It's like pretty annoying, but we've got other cards we can play. I'm not sure we're going to be able to completely fill up our board on our next turn, and they don't have that many cards in hand, though. Since they don't have that many cards in hand, maybe they can't, like, they just don't have the defenders necessary. Can we stop? Christ. I mean, I guess we... our big guy here, our grade 4, lets us just summon one of our soul cards, so we get an extra body off of that next turn anyways. No, we're fine. We'll take that. We're only at 2 damage because he didn't really do anything until... But you see what I mean? The game... Oh, well, we just win on the spot there, I guess. So... You see what I mean about the game is nothing until people start getting grade 3s. The second people get grade 3s, he's just hoping for his overtrigger here. But the second people get grade 3s, everything just goes hog wild. It's weird. It's a weird game. No overtrigger thing, so we're fine. He can't do any more damage this turn. That's honestly a little bit annoying because it means we only have 1 counterblast fodder. I don't think we're going to need a whole ton of it though anyways. But we will ride our grade 4. And that lets us summon out a guy. Which guy is best? It could be... Yeah, it's actually going to be Lattice is better than our grade 3 would be. So that's fine. We go to main, and we can... Well, we'll start with Wild Intelligence. Do our one counterblast we have access to. Wait, does this... You need to... No, you're just free. Which is, like, crazy. We can summon stuff. This guy is good. And you need to be in back row, yeah? Yeah. And that was... Oh, right, because we need our 3 for that to work. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now we can go to battle, and unless he hits his over, it's probably over. Because we can just swing 6 times here. So no guard on the first one. That, not great. Maybe we'll get something else. Okay, no. That gives us defense in case we fail, at least. Okay, there's one. So what am I going to put that on? I'm going to throw that on this guy, because he's not going to gain his own benefit this turn. And then our Magnolia triggers. Oh, no, it doesn't even have to trigger. We can just attack with everything. We'll go other Magnolia first, I suppose. See what he does. Do you want to guard here? It has to be more than 5. Okay, that's great for us. That's just resources he no longer has access to. Then we'll swing with this guy. And this guy can Soul Blast to get bigger. Doesn't really matter what we Soul Blast, I don't think. Okay, the opponent uses a 15 defense here. That's fine. We can go... We're not gonna boost. Swing here. Yeah. Okay, no guard. So, what's about to happen? Hopefully he doesn't get a trigger. Yeah, no. So, we can now attack with our little guy here, and the opponent has to block with at least 2 when this attacks. Which is pretty funny, haha. I guess they could intercept instead, because I think this only counts from hand. When your opponent would call cards from hand to guard, they must call 2 or more. Yeah. So they have to intercept, basically, or they're going to lose their entire hand, and then we can swing in with our giraffe. Okay. So they do that. But we're going to see, because our giraffe is 25,000. So we have... They only have 5 known defense. So the other card in hand has to matter a lot. That's... Oh, that's a fit. Oh, okay, their soul was in hand. So they do get another turn, but they're hellbent. They're out of cards in hand. They can't do a whole lot here. And we do have a good bit of defense. We have a Sentinel. That's fine. What was that? That is just his ability. Counterblast. Oh, pop everything, right. Retire all of the chosen units with the same grades as the card revealed. Shuffle your deck, and if you retired 1 or less, draw a card. Okay. Oh, all of his stuff is 1s and 0s, so that shouldn't do anything to me. Yeah, no. And then he draws a card for free, which does kind of suck, but that's like not a big deal. Oh, did it say draw 1 and then bind 1? Yeah. Oh, bind 1 from grave, from drop. Okay. This is completely and utterly unimportant, so I will take that. So he only gets 1 attack that I am just going to throw a Sentinel in front of, and even if it went through, he would have to get a critical trigger to kill me with it? Okay, binds a card face down, not a big deal. Like, his stuff's getting big, but he just was not aggressive, so I can just afford to take a million hits late in the game. Just, Oh, he has more triggers going on. Oh, okay, he can summon out a guy mid-combat. That's something. But we will Sentinel here. We'll go ahead and pitch the elephant. Well, I don't know. What do I have? No, we'll save the elephant. I want to play that next turn to actually close out the game easier. Oh, okay. Yeah, he gets a critical. I guess he can put that on the other guy and make the other guy big. But we still only have 3 damage, and he's not going to check triggers on the other guy's attack, so he can just take it and not care. That's fine. No guard. We'll go to 5. It makes it at least a little bit close. Okay, we get an elephant hand anyways. Oh no, never mind, that's damage. Fine. Both of them go to damage. That's fine. And yeah, we don't even need to Persona because we got our 4, so it just like does the thing that the Persona writing did anyways. Actually, is the bear better here? Use one of your other... Yeah. Well... You do pump... Yeah, the bear's better here than the elephant. We'll do the bear. Junosla. Then we'll go to battle. We're gonna swing with Magnolia. He has to block a bunch of... He did manage to put a lot of cards in hand during that turn. We're starting at 0, up to 5. This is fine. We drive check. That's critical. Plus 10,000. What do we give that to? You're gonna be our... You're not gonna be our biggest guy. You're gonna be our bigger guy. So we'll do that. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's fine. We'll get him with this guy because it requires a significant commitment. If he has a Sentinel, he has to throw the Sentinel out now, probably. Or at least like 2 or more guys. Because a 15,000 doesn't do it here. Okay, yeah, that doesn't do it. And that's it? Okay, so that's game. Unless he hits a heal, and even then we've got plenty of other stuff we can do. Cool. So there we have it. 1 win, 1 loss. That's perfectly fine record for my first games. Nice playing. Good job. Thank you. And, I don't know, we'll go close it back at the deck list, I guess. And we're back with closing thoughts on Cardfight Vanguard. So straight off the bat, I don't want you to be under any illusion. This is not my kind of game. Unfortunately, I went into it with an open mind, and I love learning a new card game, and I was happy to learn it. But I'm not gonna play a whole ton of this in the future, and that's because it's so sacky. And that's my problem with all of these like very battle phase focused games. And thinking about it now, I think this might be the progenitor of battle phase focused games, because I know Vanguard came out in what, like 2008, 2009, like around the time of Hearthstone. So it is an older card game. And this one feels a lot like, you know, One Piece or other battle phase focused games that I have played. So this might have been the one that spawned those, and that's just not my favorite kind of game, because it's all battle math, which doesn't tick the, like, strategy node in my brain that I like getting hit. You know, like Magic, I'm setting up a board, I have a game plan, and the game plan can be win in battle, it can be burn the opponent, it can be control for turn after turn. There's like interaction with the opponent. This is all battle math. Like there's no interacting with the opponent on their own turn outside of guarding. So it's just like doing battle math turn after turn regardless, and that's like what the deck building is, just doing battle math repeatedly, like which of these gives me the highest damage when I need it, and that's not really my thing, man. And in the same vein, deck building feels kind of railroaded. So you can mix and match which triggers you're playing in your deck. So like I'm playing extra critical triggers and extra draw triggers and like not as many heal triggers because oh yeah, you can see them over here because I'm just on the right. I forgot I turned off the mouse cursor for this one so you can't see it. But on the right you can see I'm playing 7 critical triggers. And that's because I'm trying to just like sneak out of nowhere and blow the opponent up. But the problem I think in this game is that even if I do that, the game will not end until I put Magnolia on board. And as far as I could tell, it will not end for the opponent until they hit their grade 3 at an absolute minimum, and then the game starts. So the question there is, why do we have turns 1 and 2? Because in Magic, Magic gets, especially as the Yu-Gi-Oh community, will blast Magic for being slow. Like you play a land past the turn, you've done nothing. But in Magic, there is the option to play a super aggressive deck where you're like killing the opponent by turn 3 or 4. And for those decks, turns 1 and 2 matter. In this game, in Vanguard, this is the most aggressive I could make a deck, and I had no chance of killing someone until the same turn as every other deck. Maybe it's more likely that I kill them on that turn 3 or 4, but it's still not possible that I kill them ahead of time. And that makes games feel very samey. You're always going to get to your grade 3, and that's when your decisions actually start. That's when what's in your hand matters. And so, I don't know. It just feels samey on a deck building level, samey on a gameplay level. There's no interaction with the opponent. It's all battle phase math. So I'm just not super hype about it. I'm sorry, Vanguard community, if you're watching this. Please don't harm me physically. But yeah, it's not really my thing, but I'm happy to have learned it and to know how to play it, and so if I go to watch, an event or play with a friend that plays Vanguard, I can, kind of hold my own now, and that's really what the idea was. So, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe you learned a little bit just from watching me. Maybe you got some amusement if you know how to play Vanguard with me just doing a god-awful job. Hopefully this gave you something. Cool. Bye-bye.